Have you ever wondered what Earth would be like without humans? It's a fascinating thought, isn't it? An Earth untouched by the hands of mankind, a world where nature reigns supreme. But what would that look like exactly? Let's turn back the hands of time, way back, before the first footprints of humanity pressed into the soil. Picture a world abundant with life, a thriving biodiversity. Imagine the air filled with the sound of countless species, each with a unique voice, echoing through sprawling forests, vast savannas and teeming jungles. These places were untouched by human hands, unmarred by our buildings, roads and cities. Now breathe in deeply. The air is cleaner, purer than anything we know today. There's no smog, no pollution, just the fresh, clean scent of nature. And the water, oh the water, rivers run clear, their banks teeming with life. Oceans, free of our plastic waste, are a deep, rich blue, bustling with marine life from the smallest plankton to the largest whales. Earth, in its primal state, was a symphony of life, an orchestra of biodiversity playing the grandest of all symphonies. Animals roamed freely, unthreatened by habitat loss or human-induced extinction. Plants grew in abundance, painting the landscapes with a palette of vibrant colors we can only dream of today. Our planet was a different place, a place of balance and harmony, where every species had a role to play in the grand scheme of things. But then, humans arrived, and things began to change. We started to mold the world to our liking, bending nature to our will. We've achieved incredible things, no doubt, but at what cost? This brings us to the question that we're here to explore today. What would happen if we suddenly disappeared? Would the Earth revert back to its primal state, or would the scars we've left behind be too deep to heal? The Earth was a different place before our arrival, but what would happen if we suddenly disappeared? In the immediate aftermath of our disappearance, the world would seem to fall into chaos. Imagine, if you will, the power plants and generators that once hummed with life, now silent. Streets that once bustled with activity, now eerily quiet. Buildings, once symbols of human ingenuity, now standing as empty shells. With no one to maintain them, power failures would become the norm, plunging our once bright cities into darkness. The ceaseless hum of human activity would grind to a halt, leaving the echoes of our existence to fade into the silence. But amidst this seeming disorder, a new order would begin to emerge. Nature, ever resilient, would start to reclaim urban spaces. Trees would sprout through concrete, wildlife would return, and rivers would run clear once again. The world would undergo a transformation, from a human-centric one to a nature-centric one. Interestingly, this initial chaos is merely the first step in Earth's recovery. As time passes, nature would begin to reclaim the spaces we once inhabited. Picture a world where the concrete jungles of today give way to actual vibrant jungles teeming with life. Our bustling cities, once the epitome of human civilization, would gradually transform into a sanctuary for wildlife. Animals, no longer threatened by human encroachment, would venture into these silent cities, making skyscrapers their nesting grounds and highways their hunting trails. Predators, once on the brink of extinction, would roam freely, their numbers steadily increasing. Deer and rabbits would graze nonchalantly on the overgrown lawns of what were once suburban homes. Birds would nest in the hollows of abandoned buildings, their songs filling the air where once the noise of traffic dominated. Simultaneously, plant life would seize the opportunity to thrive. Seeds carried by the wind would find their home in the cracks and crevices of our deserted structures. Over time, these seeds would grow into trees, their roots piercing through the concrete, bringing down buildings, and reclaiming the land piece by piece. The green canopy would stretch as far as the eye could see, a testament to the resilience of nature. But it wouldn't just be the land that would undergo a transformation. Our rivers, lakes, and oceans, long burdened with pollutants, would start to clear. Fish, free from the threat of overfishing, would multiply, and coral reefs, no longer choked by pollution, would burst into a riot of colors. The air, too, would clear, as the absence of industries and vehicles would drastically reduce air pollution. This reclamation wouldn't happen overnight, of course. It would take years, decades, perhaps even centuries. But eventually, the signs of our existence, our cities, our roads, our factories, would fade away, consumed by the relentless march of nature. In essence, Earth would start healing, returning to its natural state. A world without us might seem like a bleak prospect, but for nature, it would be a chance to reset, recover, and flourish anew. The Earth, after all, has been here long before us, and it will continue to thrive long after we're gone. In the long term, the Earth would undergo significant transformations. Imagine our colossal structures, the concrete jungles we've erected, slowly but surely succumbing to the relentless march of time. Skyscrapers, once symbols of human ingenuity and ambition, would crumble, becoming nothing more than skeletal remnants of a world that once was. Roads, bridges, entire cities would crack and decay, swallowed up by the encroaching greenery. Mother Nature, in her infinite patience, would reclaim her territory, turning our urban landscapes into lush, verdant forests. Without the constant hum of human activity, the Earth's climate would also start to shift. With no factories belching out smoke, no cars spewing out exhaust, carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere would drop dramatically. This decrease in greenhouse gases would lead to a cooling of the Earth's surface, a reverse of the global warming we're so familiar with today. Oceans, too, would experience a dramatic transformation. Free from the constant barrage of pollutants, marine life would thrive, and coral reefs would regain their vibrant colors. The seas would once again become cradles of biodiversity, teeming with life in all its myriad forms. Even the Earth's orbit could potentially change. Without the weight of human structures and the extraction of minerals, the Earth's rotation might gradually speed up, shortening the length of a day by a few milliseconds. And what of the animals? With no humans to hunt them or destroy their habitats, animal populations would explode. Predators and prey would engage in an unending dance, a balance of life and death that has played out for millions of years. Ultimately, the Earth would erase most traces of our existence, returning to a state similar to its pre-human condition. A world of lush forests, thriving oceans, and a diverse array of animal life. A world untouched by human hands, existing in its own natural rhythm and balance. A world, one might argue, that is far better off without us. With humans out of the picture, the animal kingdom would see a resurgence. Imagine, if you will, a world where the roar of traffic is replaced by the roar of lions, where skyscrapers give way to towering trees, and the hustle and bustle of city life is replaced by the serene tranquility of nature in its rawest form. Without human interference, animal populations would flourish. The Earth would become a grand stage where the drama of life and survival plays out in its most untamed form. Predators that were once on the brink of extinction would reclaim their place at the top of the food chain, their numbers steadily growing. The skies would be filled with birds of every shape and color, their melodies echoing through the air, undisturbed by the noise of human civilization. The plains would teem with herds of wild animals, their numbers growing without the threat of habitat loss and hunting. The oceans would once again become a haven for marine life. The coral reefs, vibrant and full of life, would thrive without the threat of pollution and destructive fishing practices. Whales and dolphins, free from the danger of ship strikes and entanglement in fishing gear, would multiply and fill the seas with their songs. The world's forests, no longer under threat from logging and deforestation, would expand, providing a home for countless species of insects, birds, mammals, and reptiles. The air would be cleaner, the water purer, and the Earth itself healthier. The biodiversity of this Earth, our home, would be akin to the pre-human era, a time when nature was allowed to evolve and adapt without human interference. Each creature, each plant, each microorganism plays a vital role in the intricate web of life, contributing to the delicate balance that sustains our planet. In a world without humans, the beauty and diversity of life would not only survive but thrive, creating a vibrant, thriving ecosystem where every organism has its place. In a world without humans, Earth's biodiversity could reach unprecedented levels. In conclusion, our absence might be Earth's gain. The world, as we've explored, would undergo dramatic transformations if humans had never existed. From the immediate aftermath of our absence to the long-term changes, nature would reclaim its territories in a breathtaking spectacle of resilience and adaptation. Cities once teeming with human life would become eerily quiet, giving way to an explosion of biodiversity as species, free from human interference, would flourish in these new habitats. Forests would march back across the land, and animals would roam freely in a world no longer dominated by mankind's insatiable appetite for expansion. The Earth, in its timelessness, would erase almost all traces of our existence, save for a few enduring monuments of our once great civilizations. It's a stark reminder of the transient nature of our species, and the enduring power of the natural world. It's a thought-provoking scenario, isn't it? If you enjoy pondering these kinds of questions, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more intriguing content.